Hello everyone. Today we are going to start the next portion of your heat chapter. So in the previous video we have studied about the different types of the clothes to wear or we used to prefer in a different seasons. According to the seasons we used to prefer the dresses to wear. That may be a dark color, that may be light colored, or that made up of a woolen and all these things, and some utensils which we should use for the preparing the food materials, those also we have learned. So the last portion of this chapter is that how to measure the temperature with the help of a different temperature meter scale that called as a thermometer. Okay, so why they have a called as a thermometer? Because they have ability to conduct the heat, and one more thing they have to measure it, means it shows the range, particular range they used to show on a glass tube. Why on glass tube? Because the thermometers are made up of the glass, because glass cannot be melt at a high temperature. So we will see what is there actually the ranges, how they helpful for the measuring the different types of the temperature. So the thermometer are classified according to the where they actually get used for the different purposes. For example, for the clinical purpose means in the laboratory or in the hospitals. Okay, actually in the hospitals means the clinical purpose, for the clinical use, and that's why such a thermometer are called as a clinical thermometer. And another one thermometer is there for your syllabus, that is a laboratory thermometer, that is used only for the lab purposes while doing the experiments. So we cannot exchange this thermometer for the different purposes, means we cannot use the clinical thermometer for the laboratory, or laboratory thermometer we cannot use for the clinical purposes. So there are some precautions and some important notes how to read the temperature. These things we will see. So now we will move towards our chapter. We have studied that the temperature we used to measure, is it that may be uh, or that object or that solution or the solid material may be hot or the cold, then also we can use to measure, is it the degree of hotness or the coldness of an object is known as a temperature of an object. Initially the beginning of this lesson we have studied these things. The temperature of an object is an only property that indicates that which object is hot and which object is cold, is it? So according to that we can classify that it is a hot and it is a cold. A very high temperature of the body indicates that it is very hot, is it? Whereas the low temperature of the body, it indicates that the object, it's a very cold one, or that body is very cold one. For example, the temperature of boiling of water is a quite high, is a quite high. So boiling water appears to be a very hot. On the other side, the temperature of a melting ice is quite low, so ice appear to be a very cold on touch. So this is actually the difference. So how we can measure these things? It is measured by using an instrument called as a thermometer. By using an instrument we can measure these things, that is called as a thermometer, which has a scale marked. So in the image you can see the number of digits are there, 35, 36, 37, likewise these are called as a scales, marked scales or the ranges. For example, the scale of laboratory thermometer is marked along the length of the thermometer tube between 0 and to the 100 marks. Means in case of the laboratory, there is so many numbers as compared to the clinical thermometer. The clinical thermometer only ranges the temperature from 35 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees. But in case of a laboratory, it's a can be measured from 0 to 100. It is very having a high range of the marking. So the most common unit for measuring temperature is the degree Celsius. We have learned how to measure the ice temperature and the steam temperature. Is it in the first session? Is it how to measure it through the Celsius, through the Kelvin, or through the Fahrenheit? So these things. So mostly we used to measure the temperature with the help of only degree Celsius. So where we can use the clinical thermometer, it is the thermometer which is used for measuring the human body temperature. So only for the purpose of measuring the body temperature or the human body temperature, we can use the clinical thermometer. Mostly it is used by a doctor or at home. Sometimes or most of the times, the we know that nowadays a modern day is there, so we mostly prefer the thermometer to keep at our home also. So that's why it's one example. To measure the temperature of the patient, the doctor used to keep with them. This thermometer consists of long glass tube having a thin and uniform bore. Okay, having a uniform thin bore. Next, there is a glass bulb at one end of the glass tube which consists of a mercury as shown in the figure. So you can see the mercury means, let me show you here, the darkest portion. This is actually the bulb which is consisting of a mercury inside it, the blackish portion. Then it is till this, means whenever the temperature increases or lowers down, the mercury can indicates that the temperature is this much or that much. Okay, that we will see next. Then which consists the mercury as shown in the figure, you can see in the given below. Okay, so what are the features of the clinical thermometer? There is a very short range of the temperature of a clinical thermometer from 35 degrees Celsius to the 42 degrees Celsius. Then the short range of clinical thermometer is because of the fact that the temperature of the human body normally does not go below 35 or above 42 degrees Celsius. So that's why we mostly prefer the clinical thermometer which ranges from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees for the measuring the human body temperature. Why we use only the clinical thermometer? Because the human body temperature cannot go below 35 or cannot increase above 42 degrees Celsius. This is actually the region. So what are the features here? Just above the bulb containing mercury, as I was shown, the blackish portion, this one, this is okay. Next, the clinical thermometer has a nick. This is curve shaped, is it nick. Next, in its glass tube which it to prevent a back flow of mercury. Why the nick or the kink? What is the role of that in kink? It is the role that the mercury which passes while measuring the temperature further from 35 degrees Celsius to the forward, it cannot come backward. So it should not come backward. That's why the kink helps in the measuring temperature. So backflow means what happens if we are measuring the temperature at that time, mercury level can be increased but it cannot be get fallen down, is it? If it come back means the thermometer is not good one. So such a things indicate by the kink. So what is the role of a kink? It prevents the backflow of mercury into the thermometer bulb when the thermometer bulb is removed from the mouth of the patient. So it should not be come back when we remove from the mouth of the that patient. This kink prevents the mercury level in the thermometer tube from falling on its own. Due to this, we can read the correct body temperature of the patient even after removing the thermometer bulb from this mouth. So with the help of a kink, if it works properly, we can measure the body temperature of a patient after removing from their mouth also. Next, this was actually the structure. Whenever the question will be arise, you have to mention this point. Along with that, you have to draw this diagram. Next, what are the important notes relating to the clinical thermometer? See, after noting the body temperature, the level of mercury can be brought down by giving jerk to the thermometer tube. Okay, so a mercury is very toxic and difficult to dispose of, so thermometer must be handled very carefully. So mercury is one element which is very toxic. Okay, so it is a clinical thermometer should not be used to measure the temperature of an object. So we should not use the clinical thermometer for the measuring any other object except human body temperature. Next, it should handle very carefully. It should not kept in the sun or near to the flame. Otherwise, the mercury is very liable to the heat. Means it's very heat liable. What happen if you keep near any heat temperature to that mercury, it will get burst or that will not work out that thermometer. That's why we should keep always that thermometer away from the sun rays and the from the near to the flame. Next, so there are some 4 or 3 steps, okay, to reading the thermometer. How to read the clinical thermometer? There are 4 steps. So that steps are, first one is that wash the thermometer with an antiseptic solution, and if in case the antiseptic solution is not available, then wash it with the clean water. So after using the thermometer, after measuring the body temperature of a patient, we have to wash it with the help of antiseptics. Okay, means which cannot later become a what can we say, it cannot be get contaminated with any other microorganism. Next, second step is that gently hold the thermometer tube in your hand and give it a jerk in such a way that the mercury thread in the thermometer tube fall below the reading of a 35 degrees Celsius. After washing it, you have to just hold it in such a way that mercury level which has risen during the measuring the body temperature of the patient, it should be fall back, it should be become less than the 35 degrees Celsius. Next, in the third step, now put the bulb of the thermometer under the tongue of the patient for about 1 minute. So in the third, this process is we have to do before and after. Means that washing and handling should we do before and after. Means after checking the body temperature also, and after during or the before checking the body temperature. So now the third step is for the while measuring the temperature of a human body. At that time you have to put the bulb. You can see where is the bulb. Okay, so this portion, the mercury, the blackish portion, dark one. Okay, so you have to keep that under the tongue of the patient for about a minute. Then take out the thermometer from the patient's mouth. Might be you have gone through this situation, so some of you peoples may know very properly. Next, in the fourth step, in order to read the temperature, hold the thermometer horizontally. So what you have to do, you have to hold that horizontally, means in a you can say as in a level. Okay, in a not in a straight, you have to keep in a horizontally way. Next, in your hand and rotate it slowly. So what you have to do, you have to just spin it or the rotate it, and when we see the magnified image of the mercury thread is in tube, then the position will come. Now read the temperature on the thermometer. The level will be get shown up by the clinical thermometer. So now you can see the actually the range of that thermometer. So might be you have observed that some of the doctors, while measuring the body temperature, they use that thermometer, and later they used to be just what can we say, just spin it, or they used to be just rotate it, and later they used to be measure that temperature. So such a things happens while measuring the clinical thermometer. These were the actually the four steps. If the question will be arise, what are the four steps of the reading the clinical thermometer, you have to mention these things before and after the measuring the body temperature. Next, what are the precautions while reading the thermometer? See, what type of precaution we should take? We have to wash before and after, as I have told you, with antiseptic solution. If we don't have antiseptic solution, we can wash it by the normal way. Be ensured mercury level should be below 35 degrees Celsius before measuring and after measuring. Okay, it should never be held by the bulb. It should not be held by the bulb, because we have to put that bulb portion inside our mouth. That's why we should not touch that hole that you can see, the black portion, is it, that we don't have to be touched by our hand. Next is, it should not carefully handle. We have to be handle it very carefully. So what happen if we not care such a, we cannot take such a precautions, at the time it will be get destroy, and for the next time it cannot be used very properly. So for that purpose we have to be take these precautions very carefully. Next, the next thermometer is that the laboratory thermometer. So laboratory thermometer is a one device which is used for measuring the temperature in a science laboratory, known as a laboratory thermometer. See, the thermometer which is used for the science purposes of the science laboratory, known as a laboratory thermometer. So maybe you have seen while during the experiment the how actually the laboratory thermometer look like. So in the image you can see it's actually look like this one only. Okay, this is made up of a long glass tube having a thin bore. So it is made up of long glass tube having a thin bore. Thin bore means you have understood, the bore means the linings, is it? So you can see the thin bore means the small linings which are present. The graduation marked on the tube means the measuring level are long ranges from the minus 10 degrees Celsius to the 100 degrees Celsius or 110 degrees Celsius. So this is actually a very high level or the range of the measuring instrument. Also determines how much a small division on this thermometer reads. This is also known as a least count on the thermometer. Why it is called as a least count? Because it can able to measure below the minus degree Celsius. Next, these are the special thermometer which automatically record the maximum and the minimum minimum temperature of the day, and the maximum S and the minimum temperature of the last day reported in the weather reports in TV and newspaper are measured by the maximum minimum thermometer. So these are also called as a maximum minimum thermometer. So the maximum thermometer where they actually use, the maximum minimum thermometer is used in the TV just to tell that the how much the weather is it, so what is the range of the weather today, and for the purpose of in newspapers also to give that instructions, isn't? So what was the today's weather and all these things that also get measured by the laboratory thermometer. So that's why it's called as a maximum minimum thermometer. Next, how to read the laboratory thermometer? Same, here are the 3 steps, but there was the 4 steps. So in the first step, first of all, take some hot water in a beaker. So what you have to do, you have to take one beaker means like a chamber, okay. In that you have to take a hot water. And now in the second step, try to hold that laboratory thermometer from its glass tube and immerse the bulb of a thermometer in hot water. So what you have to do, you have to put the bulb portion in the water, okay. Then what you have to do, to notice that the bulb of a thermometer should not touch the sides of the bottom. Means what you have to do, you have to just immerse inside the water, but not totally you have to touch the bottom of that beaker, okay. Next, here in the third step, we will observe the shining thread of a mercury moving up. So the blackish portion, as I have told you, the mercury thread means, let me show. So this is consisting of a mercury. So this is the thread actually, okay. The darkest black portion, that is a mercury thread. As you put inside the immerse the hot water, it will be increase, it will be goes the mercury more, so forward. So this happens. Next, after some times the mercury will stop rising and stand at one place. So why it will stand on one place? Because it will increase as much of the temperature of the water, is that only. Next, after some time mercury will stop arising and stand at the one place. Now read the temperature of that thermometer tube which correspond to the top of the mercury thread. This will give us a temperature of hot water taken in the beaker. So what we are doing, we are measuring only the temperature of that beaker consisting of a boiled water, is it? That much of temperature only shown by this thermometer. So this is actually one, what can we say, one experiment that we can do, and we can see how the actually the thermometer work. Next, what is the important note? Cannot used for measuring human body temperature. So initially I told you, while starting or beginning this portion, we cannot exchange the thermometer for the different purposes. For example, we cannot use the clinical thermometer for measuring the laboratory purposes, and laboratory thermometer we cannot use for the clinical purpose. That's why here sentence has came like that, we cannot use for measuring the human body temperature. Now, what are the precautions? The precautions are likewise should be held vertically, means in the straight, should not held by the bulb. So always we have to take care that we should not touch the blackish portion which I have shown you in the image. So that is actually consisting of the mercury. Next, the should be keep in a hot water. It should be always keep in a hot water. Even after the one logic is there, okay. You have a measured one solution, okay. Suppose you are doing one experiment, it is consisting of any of the solution, liquid solution, and you are measuring it. You have to take that range after 5 minutes. Then what will you do? You can after measuring that solution, you can keep or hold that thermometer by keeping in another boiled water. So the range will be live as it is, okay. So it will not be fluctuate, or it no any difference will become. So you can do by using this also. So you should keep in the hot water only. Next, should be carefully handled. So you should always handle very carefully. So this is actually about the thermometer, which is used in the laboratory purposes and clinical purposes. So nowadays, instead of using these things, okay, the one digital thermometer has came in the market, okay. There are the most of the common thermometers like a mercury thermometers, is it, which is used for the liquid melting, called as a mercury for their working. But mercury is a toxic substance that, as I have told you, it is a poisonous substance, and thus it is very difficult to dispose of a safety. If a thermometer break down at the time, it will be very harmful for anyone. So there is a lot of a concern over the use of a mercury in the thermometer cases. So also during these days, digital thermometer are available, which do not, instead of using a mercury consisting thermometer, we can use a digital one. We no need to be keep that in the hot water, we no need to be measure it again, isn't it? Can show instant range. So instead of using these things, handling these things, we can use a digital thermometer also. So this much is about our chapter, that is a heat. For any doubts and difficulties, you can ask me anytime. So for any question and answers, okay, you can message me anytime, I can provide you the answers. For the exercise also, you can do the same thing. So we will see or meet in the next session. Thank you.